I was on a video call with my husband while in the restroom, but after just a few sentences something made my face change. I hung up on him right away. Then my coworker walked in like nothing had happened. I had no idea if my husband saw anything, but I panicked and asked my coworker to drive me home. On the way back, my husband kept calling, but I was too scared to answer and rejected every call. I never imagined that decision would be something I'd regret for the rest of my life. We stopped at a gas station, and I went into the convenience store to buy a coffee. But when I walked up to the register, I realized there wasn't a single employee around. I left the money on the counter, but the moment I turned to leave, I saw blood splattered all over the shelves. My instincts kicked in. I knew something was wrong, so I rushed toward the exit. Just as I reached the door, a bullet tore through my arm. I still didn't know who was trying to kill me. When another shot shattered the glass, that's when it hit me this wasn't an accident. Someone was hunting me. I crawled behind a shelf to hide, and I screamed for my coworker outside, but he was sitting in the car with the music blasting and didn't hear a thing. I realized I was completely on my own. I tore a piece of clothing to wrap my wound. Then I peeked out again. I tried to grab my phone to call the police, but another bullet fired, forcing me back to the ground. I sat there, shaking, having no idea what to do next. Suddenly, a man's voice came from the register. I whipped my head around, desperate for help, and realized the voice was coming from the store's walkie-talkie. The problem was that it was barely 3 feet away from me, with nothing blocking the shooter's view to distract him. I grabbed 2 bags of chips and tossed them over my head. It worked just long enough for me to snatch the walkie-talkie and beg for help, telling the person on the other end to call the police. He asked what was happening, but before I could explain, the walkie-talkie cut out with interference. And then things got worse. My coworker walked into the store. This time, he was killed instantly. I wanted to scream or cry, but I forced myself to stay silent.
My friend just got shot. You have to call 911.
The man on the walkie-talkie apologized after hearing what happened and said help was already on the way. He told me to stay put and calm down. Then he asked what my relationship was with that black guy. The moment I heard that, I froze. A chill went through my whole body. I threw the walkie-talkie away. That's when I finally understood the man on the other end was the shooter. Just then, I noticed the light switch. If I could turn off the lights, he wouldn't be able to see me, and maybe I could escape in the dark. But the second I reached for it, another bullet fired, nearly destroying my right hand. In my despair, I saw that the shelf I hid behind had wheels. I crouched down and unlocked them, and pushed the shelf in front of me like a shield. While inching toward the switch, the shooter kept firing wildly, but he couldn't stop me from turning